What's up everybody, Michael here, and we're going to do something that we haven't done in a while. We're bringing back Leg Kick Reacts. Now, it's not going to be all the time, but I just want to do a video because the main topic, of course, in the talk of the MMA world is Israel Adesanya. His dominant win over Paulo Costa was a sight to behold, and we obviously talked about it on the podcast, but this isn't necessarily about Israel Adesanya, at least directly, because a lot of people have been making comparisons between him and Anderson Silva. Now, if you're a casual fan or hasn't been a fan before 2010, you would probably think of Anderson Silva as the old guy that everyone respects, but isn't very good anymore. And I always say this, when Anderson Silva was going, and don't get me wrong, I think the best fighter to ever walk the octagon, ever step inside the cage is George St. Pierre. But when Anderson Silva was going, there was no one more above their peers or seemed more above their peers than Anderson Silva. It was just an insane sight to behold. It looked like he was in the Matrix. I always say it. And so today, we're going to take a look at Anderson Silva highlights. Interestingly enough, I found a video where there's a highlight package to Can't Be Touched by Roy Jones Jr. And if anyone is a hardcore fan or at least a big fan of Anderson Silva, they'll know that Roy Jones Jr. versus Anderson Silva has been teased a lot ever since 2013, 2012. So, yeah, we're going to take a look at this video here.
Wow! And it is all over! It's dark and hell is hot. Ain't no sunshine when it's on.
He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 185 pounds. Fighting out of Curitiba, Brazil, Anderson, the Spider, Silva!
Many motherfuckers wanna take a piece, coming equipped with some shit niggas just can't believe. I pull a trick from my sleeves, I'm kamikaze, I'm all over that nigga, now come identify the body. My middle finger to you hoe niggas, run up on me and I'll be forced to let it go, nigga.
So I'm going to pause there. That was against, I believe that's the Lee Murray fight, actually. And Lee Murray is known for one of the more infamous robberies. I could be wrong. It could just be a random fight, but that was a Lee Murray fight back when Anderson Silva was just starting to get his stride. Because a lot of people forget, Anderson Silva initially did struggle in the early going of his career and didn't really peak until his early, I would say his late 20s, early 30s. So that was cool.
Why staying high, hit the button, watch these motherfuckers die. Who's running the streets? I say they cocaine. Cause in the dope game, niggas will die for the broke, man. Another hustler making major cash. Should have punk police, come raid your ass. Now you stretch doing fair time. And it's a bitch cause the judge gave you 8 years. You doing 6 and we know that you can't hang. You a trick, roll over, turn stitch like a bitch. Right, left, then left, right.
Oh, let me stop it here. So, for anyone who doesn't know, this is a grudge match. So, Yushin Thunder Okami, really good fighter in his own right, by the way. Just came into the UFC just a tad out of his prime. But Yushin Okami and Anderson Silva fought once before, and Anderson Silva hit this knockout from his back. It was from his guard, and actually lost by disqualification because Yushin Okami was deemed a grounded opponent. Now, they get back into the UFC, and Yushin Okami is talking a whole lot of trash, saying like I was on my way to beating him, I was in his guard, and yeah, right. So this was a bit of a grudge match here. It wasn't necessarily like, but it's a bit of a grudge match, this one. So
that's right, I seen him set a word. He didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. I put my hand up to God like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in his square circle to see who's best. Right, left, then left, right. I seen him set a word. He didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. I put my hand up to God like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in his square circle to see who's best.
Capture the rage of today's youth and bottle it. Crush the glass with my bare hands and swallow it. And spit it back in the faces of you racists and hypocrites who think the same shit but don't say shit. You Liberace's, Versace's, and you Nazis. Watch me cause you figured you got me in this hot seat. You motherfuckers wanna judge me cause you're not me. You'll never stop me, I'm top speed, you pop me. I came to save these new generations.
Okay, let me stop it there. I know you want to see like the whole like him going down and stuff, but that was the first ever time in the UFC, at least at the high level, that we saw a front kick to the face as a knockout, and now everyone does it. So, you know, he's a revolutionary. That's the point I'm trying to make. So the reason why people are comparing Silva to Adesanya is because he's a revolutionary.
He didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. I put my hand up to God, like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in his square, so I see his best. Right, left, then left, right, I seen him stutter. Word, he didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. I put my hand up to God, like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in his square, so I see his best.
Once again, it's the darker nigga, and it's Parker nigga, with the partner nigga, with the dog is bigger, under stress, doing less, we wanna get blessed to the chest, the stars from the Smith and West, best, if a purple put a hurt on a nigga, dump 6 motherfucker feet of dirt on a nigga, my hands stay dirty, cause I play dirty the mob way, you don't know, fucking find out the hard way, the nigga job is never done, I handle my business how it come, and it's never been a one-on-one, there hasn't been a problem, I dissolve them like salt, lock it up like a fall, whenever records caught, and it's my fault. Keep niggas on point, ducking down. Niggas like you need to get bust, you fucking clown. I extort to support my peeps and hold down the fort. Never get caught if I creep. Nigga,
right, left, then left, right. I seen him stutter. Word, he didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. I put my hand up to God, like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in his square, so I see his best. Right, left, then left, right. I seen him stutter. Word, he didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut.
You know what? I want to say this. When he faced Michael Bisping, Anderson Silva was in his 40s. Correct me if I'm wrong, like you always do in the comments, but Anderson Silva was in his 40s, and it amazes me how in his 40s, not just that he's competitive, like that's, you know, that's amazing in its own right, but he's still an excellent striker who people have trouble hanging with in that department. Usually when you see him lose in his last couple of matches, it's either by way of a flash knockout because, of course, he's older, so his chin's deteriorating, or that they hold him down and grapple to a win. And, you know, it's still that, like, in a technical kickboxing matchup, blow for blow, you're going to have trouble against Anderson Silva. That's him at his 40s, in his 40s, you know, so it's a technical marvel. Let me continue the video.
Put my hand up to God, like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in the square, so I see. They got a nigga in the dice game. I'm feeling lucky, but the nigga's just a little bigger. You trying to fuck me? I'm my cash, I'm a blast, nigga. You don't know, I gotta tell you like the last nigga. Gotta go, don't need to run for the truck. I get him up, left to right, my uppercut, I hit him up. I'm known to walk the streets on any block. I love my niggas, but I ain't putting down my Glock. The gunshots bang when I lose, nigga. And ooh, nigga, I'ma show you not to ever play a true nigga. Lay it down just to prove it. And fuck the rapping, motherfucker, we can do this. Right, left, then left, right. I seen him stutter. Word, he didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. I put my hand up to God, like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in his square, so I see his best. Right, left, then left, right. I seen him stutter. Word, he didn't.
You know, I'm gonna stop it there because I'm stopping it a lot. Wow. Okay, but I want to say this because there was a prevailing theory in Anderson Silva's career. Sometimes it was kind of proven true that a wrestler was going to give him trouble. A wrestler was going to give him problems. And Dan Henderson, you don't have to go further than him to see just, you know, what a credentialed wrestler. So, you know, there was times where he was proving people wrong. Like a high-level grappler would give Anderson Silva problems. Well, Damian Maia was there, beat him. Albeit it was a boring fight, and you know a lot of people were upset with that fight, but beat him. Dan Henderson beat him. Chael Sonnen beat him twice. You know, this high level grappler thing, and I know I get it. Paulo Filo, when he was going and had his life under control, might have given Anderson Silva problems, but you know the evidence suggests that when he was going, it was just, yeah, good luck, right? So, anyway, keep going.
Right, left, then left, right, I seen him stutter. Word, he didn't duck and got stuck with your uppercut. I put my hand up to God, like it's all filled with stress. Throwing blows in his square, so I see his best.
For the winner, by unanimous decision, Anderson Stefano.
All right, I'm gonna end the video there. So yeah, that was Anderson Silva. Like I said, when he was going, no one looked more above their peers, and no one was more fun at such a high level than Anderson Silva. And you know, this is the reason why a lot of people are comparing Israel Adesanya to him, because I get it. You know, you see an old 45-year-old who's still semi-competitive, by the way, but you know, you see an old guy who's definitely declined, and you're thinking, what's the appeal? So for all those casual fans, you know, this was the video. It's a leg kick reaction, but it's also an informative one, I think. I hope. But yeah, be sure to like and subscribe, comment if you will, and until next time, you're going to get a video most likely tomorrow, because we try to post at least 4 to 5 times a week. So yeah, take it easy, everybody.